Say hello to the BMW M5 CS, the first of its kind. It takes over where the Competition left off, and that wasn't exactly a car that needed more power. We'll get to that in a minute. First of all, let's look at the looks. You can't miss this one, can you? It's got this beautiful frozen green metallic paint, I believe it's called, and these golden accents everywhere. Now, these are on the side as well. They're on these beautiful 20-inch wheels. Kind of sets it off. Not everybody like it, we do. More importantly, this here is carbon fiber reinforced plastic. It saves weight, and there are extra vents here. It also looks kind of cool. This splitter is a bit more pronounced. The gold 20-inch wheels are awesome. Everybody knows that. Nestling within them are carbon ceramic brakes. They're standard on the M5 CS. And actually, these red calipers disguise the fact because most BMW carbon ceramic brakes come with gold calipers, but it's optional to change them to red on this car. And they're needed really, aren't they? These carbon fiber mirror caps actually come from the M8. It's got a carbon fiber roof, as I had before. In fairness, the Competition has that too. And at the back, there's an extra spoiler on the boot. Complementing that is carbon fiber for the diffuser down there. And this set of pipes, quad of course, they're new as well. They're stainless steel. But the absolutely most awesome thing about the BMW M5 CS is its yellow lights. Now, these are laser lights as standard, which is for the main beam. But when you turn on the dip beam or the main beam, you get these yellow LEDs underneath, and they look absolutely awesome. They make me think of old French cars, but actually, they're more to do with BMW's GT racing. It indicates that this car is for use on track. In total, the weight reduction in this car is about 70 kilos, so me when I was a few years younger, perhaps. And it has a bit of extra stance too, doesn't it? BMW has lowered the suspension by 7mm, and it's adjusted the dampers as well and the springs to suit these very special tyres. They're Pirelli P0 Corsa, and the whole suspension is developed around what they can do on track. When you're not herring around the track, you can actually sit down and appreciate the interior a bit more because BMW has actually made the M5 CS feel pretty special inside. You get this lovely detailing on the dashboard. You get an Alcantara steering wheel with a 12 o'clock marker, which shouldn't really be needed on track driving, never mind road driving, but it does look very, very impressive. Of course, you get carbon fiber gear change panels here behind the steering wheel. So you get the usual M1 and M2 driving mode buttons up here, and the full setup menu and everything in the infotainment isn't any different to before. You get four-wheel drive sport, and two-wheel drive modes, as I mentioned, while driving on track. Inside, what you do get, and actually what you lose, is storage in the middle here. So it's in the name of reducing weight. This is a fixed armrest. These seats are well worth a mention. They're really, really special. They're proper bucket seats. They're fully adjustable. They got cutouts in them which will keep you cool. And they are remarkably comfortable over a long journey, actually. You may notice they've got little Nürburgring logos on the back here. Some will think that's a bit too much, some won't. And in the back, actually, rear passengers get the same thing. They get bucket seats, they get the Nürburgring logo, and they get a CS logo across in the middle. This is a strict four-seater. All in all, it does make the car feel a lot more special. I mean, the M5 Competition is a fabulous car, but this does feel even more special inside. Before we go out on track, make sure you press the subscribe button for the Complete Car YouTube channel. Yeah, it isn't bad on track. Sure, it's a big heavy car, but it feels notably sharper than the Competition it's based on. So yes, it is rather special on track. It's the torque, 750 Newton meters. You just feel it everywhere. You don't have to be in two-wheel drive mode for this to feel like a beast either. Four-wheel drive mode, you know, it keeps things under control, but four-wheel drive sport, that's the sweet spot. Do put it into two-wheel drive, it is a complete hooligan, as you'd expect with so much power going through the back wheels. It's a bit of a shame, I think, really, for the uninitiated, that you can't use that mode and have a little bit of help with the traction control. That would be nice. But as I said, the four-wheel drive sport is the really good mode. You can have a lot of fun, it still allows a bit of slip, but it helps you through it. You know, it pulls the car out of the corner in the end, but it still feels like a really well set up rear-wheel drive car. around a track like Mondello, which is a relatively short track and very technical, this car is probably a little bit big, but it still puts in a great account of itself. The M2 might feel a little bit more agile around here, but people will be shocked just at how good this is. So there you have our first look at the BMW M5 CS. Is it a big step on from the competition? It is, surprisingly. It is based on it and it shares all of its characteristics, but it's just a little bit sharper, a little bit more special. I mean, look at it, it's a bit lighter, the interior is phenomenal. It's not necessary. Nobody needs this car. Nobody needs to upgrade from the competition to this car. Nonetheless, we're very, very glad BMW made it.